It happens everywhere. You get into your 30s, your 40s, you look at the police officers on duty and they're really young and you think, God, they're young. How does it work with real estate agents, doctors, nurses, and other people out there? We're going to talk about today. Do you trust the young ones? Stay tuned.
Big topic.
It's big. It's the circle of life. It is the circle of life. So Billy, we're going to talk about your Exhibit A, perfect person coming into the world, into the corporate world, into real estate. People are having to learn about you and trust you. I'm another version. What version am I? Middle age or middle age?
Exhibit B.
I'm Exhibit B. I'm watching like the younger industry come through, particularly today at Melbourne Cup. We're going to see it, and then there's Exhibit C, which is your 75-year-old, your guy with a bucket shit ton of experience. And I'm going to start today with saying hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle.
It's a good saying. Did you come up with that yourself?
Nah, Tom Panos. I heard Tom Panos say it.
But it's true. It is true. And what I think is funny, and this will vary for everyone, but somewhere in that mix, 21, 30, 40, 75, there is supposed to be like a golden age. But this is like a golden age that, again, is going to be different for everyone because they start at different points in their career. However, a bit of facial hair definitely does help, I think. I think people make a first, impression and first judgment based on age. And sometimes that has nothing to do with how long you've been in the industry.
It's interesting with listening to. I guess this can be used for particularly people coming out of the HSC at the moment. They just finished the HSC. They're going into work. We had a guy, Alex, in yesterday doing a bit of work with us. Like, fragile time. You're younger, Billy. You've had these reservations going on in your mind about age since you were 16, 17. How have you gotten around it, and how have you seen it to be a real thing? How's it affected you?
Well, I think it's really. You made a really good comment before we got started, saying, when you draw it back to like a doctor or a nurse, I think Lee's had something to do with this as well. It's like, look at who's practicing the more recent, the more up to date form of medicine. Look at who's actually done the recent sort of updates in all their sort of qualifications and things like that, and then look at what's being practiced now, because some of those processes have been replaced in all fields. The more experienced doctor, surgeon, nurse, real estate agent, whatever they are, sometimes the things they used to be doing in their 9 to 5 is simply no longer even in use.
The theory,
yeah, power of social media in our game.
The practical knowledge is high, but then the theory side of it's actually changed with technology and stuff like that in medicine. That often the doctor that's coming through the ranks over the last 5 years or 10 years is a much more educated doctor with recent examples than the doctor who's been practicing for 50 years. Interesting.
It is, and I think that's a really good thing to consider when having this conversation, because definitely, I mean, you could argue that any younger person coming through the industry in any field now, will be very in touch with all the recent sort of things that are going to be even used more widely moving forward. I think as a young person, however, getting started in any job, that high energy, passionate, just a willingness to learn is a really big thing. And I think there's no time frame on it, but once clients can see that you're sticking around and you're making improvements, and they get a bit of a relationship built over that time, that's when you start to become a bit of a bit more of a trusted advisor.
When you're loyal to your customers, when you're loyal to the industry, they reciprocate it often. But Billy, I want to just wind back, because we do have often you and I present. So clients go out and they say, can you tell us what our property's worth, and can you show us what you do as an agency and as agents?
Yeah.
Often you call me really old in a presentation, and then you try to back out after you've realised you've said it. But can you just tell me how that goes? Because clients definitely been supporting it. And for guys and girls, if you don't know, what Billy's wrote in numbers in the last week is probably more than what most agents, I'd say 70% of the agents will write in an entire year. So this is a guy, my point is, this is a young guy that's doing volume. This is a young guy that people are trusting at his age. So I want to hear about that. Tell me about Friday.
Well, the proposition value for our clients is not only do they have two agents for the price of one, and this is our example, this is what we do in our job, but I think, again, this can be relevant to everyone, is that they've got an extremely high caliber agent that has eyes running over everything during their campaign. But they've also got, and typically that's only found with, dealing with really high net worth individuals, commercial high-end deals, and very upper-end residential properties. But they've also got someone who's extremely, high energy, and make sure there's not going to be any loose end, really focusing on the buyer service during the transaction. And that's just as important, because at the end of the day, the buyers don't necessarily mind who they're purchasing the property from. They've got no loyalty there, but they do expect really good service. And when you can offer that with convenience and professionalism, you're really onto a winner there. So we're able to wrap up all of that into the one package for our clients. We don't compromise on the experience side of things. Having Mark in the final negotiation stage there will always be really crucial, and it's important to me as well, because I definitely don't know all the answers. So for the clients, that they benefit from that, but the buyers as well. You just can't expect an agent of 75 years, 60 years, someone who's been in the game for that long, to be able to keep up, I think, with the energy of a young person coming through the ranks. So that's where it's focused.
Out of all the sales you did in the last week, 3 of them are around that $4 million mark. Out of those 3, I think what's really interesting for people that are watching, that these clients selected you to come through an interview in their home. I get that you won the business, but what I'm interested in is, why the hell would you ask a 20-year-old? Because you were 20 at the time, Billy. Why would you ask a 20-year-old to come through to sell your $4 million home? And from my perspective, I thought, and look, that was me at 17, 18, 19. It happened. For you, it's happening. And I think the beauty with clients is they know that you're a hustler. There's a weird thing that clients do, wanting to live out the opportunity given. They want to give an opportunity to someone that they think that's really appreciative and really in need, and often like their own kids or nephews and nieces. Very weird. So people, they resonate with you, Billy, because I think there's other people in their life that they see like that they want to give a helping hand to, and they feel they can do it through youth, supporting youth. And then the second thing I find is trust. I think there's an enormous amount of trust just knowing that this kid's not going to run the rings around me. I can, if I say black is black, like they will be able to just be straight up with me on the campaign, on the runnings of everything. So they're the two main drivers I find that people will use you. It's trust, and it's there's a little bit of supporting their beliefs, or in giving someone a go.
I think there's another one as well that we can give back from an agent's point of view, and that's commitment to the campaign, commitment to them as a client, all the way through, holding their hand. Doesn't matter how many transactions they've had in the past. And that's from every angle of the campaign. You can't expect, again, the old agent with a family to be there on the Sunday, to be there in the late evening, to be on the phone at all hours of the night.
That's true.
When they've got ties elsewhere as well. I mean, we're very fortunate. I'm very fortunate now where I don't have kids, don't have a girlfriend yet to worry about. Just mum and dad harping on my back, but that's not too bad. So I've got I think a lot of extra time to give compared to maybe some other people at different points in their life. That's where we can give back. Focus, yeah.
The extreme focus. I think when and I saw that with myself, 17 to 30, I did 7 days a week of real estate. That was so focused on the client, so focused on the customer, so focused on the seller, and they got every inch of me through that whole period. So I think there's a beauty in that. I think there's a beauty in that. Now we've just been bashing up old people for the last 5 minutes. Can we just talk about the benefits? Well, no, maybe not. I think we're done.
Well, the benefits are obvious. There is a degree of experience there, but going back to your opening sentence, if that hustle's not there anymore, I think that degree of experience can be can be leveled out with not half experience, but more than just one thing brought to the table. As a young person, if you're not doing the hustle part, then you don't really stand a chance at all, because they will go for the one that's more experienced. So that people bring different things to the table for different reasons. I think the true beauty of a good team, though, is making sure all those boxes are ticked, and that's what you get with us. I think that's what the clients really feel they get with us as well. That's why we're able to deliver such a great service.
Can I go out on a word?
Yeah.
GRIT.
Yeah, go grit. Woo.
There's just this. It's like when you go to the gym and you pump out some weights, or you really push yourself, or it sits down deep inside you. Because if you ask all agents if they're hard workers, if you ask all agents, older agents, if they've still got it, they'll go yeah. But do you really got it? You know what I mean? Do you really have it? Do you really have that grit in you, that drive to get the best price for the client? That's what hustle has.
I think that's spot on. Yeah. Go the young people.
Least grit.
But it's good. It's good conversation. I think anyone coming through in any industry, this is relevant for, and certainly an exciting time. Yeah, all those HSC people coming out now, just crack on with what you want to do.
Grit it up. Rub grit all over you.
End of the show.
All right, take care, right? Have a great day. And happy Melbourne Cup. I hope you're back a winner.
Oh, me too. Good luck.
Good luck. See ya.
Good luck. See ya.